The coalition of the willing has already brought together European nations, the United States, Canada, Japan, and others. Please help give real substance to the work of the coalition of the willing and truly be willing to end this war.
Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the European Parliament in Brussels by video today. He said Ukraine has defended its independence and preserved its statehood, and he urged allies to maintain sanctions on Russia. Zelensky also called for security guarantees, including a clear path to membership in the European Union. So for more, let's bring in journalist William Denslow to talk about this anniversary and how it's being marked. He joins us live from Kyiv. So, Will, Ukraine's allies have been pledging more support for the country, including Canada. What more can you tell us about where that stands?
That's absolutely right, Artie. European allies from across the world of Ukraine pledging what's been described as unwavering support. That's certainly the message from leaders that have made it here to the Ukrainian capital to mark this day in person alongside Ukraine's president. The UK, for example, well, they've pledged over $20 million worth of humanitarian aid, as well as support for the country's battered energy grid. We've heard from Mark Rutte, NATO's Secretary General. He's described Ukraine as the first line of defence, not just for the country, but for Europe as a whole.
Ukraine continues to blunt Russia's aggression, and despite Putin's posturing, Russia has failed to meet their ambitions on the battlefield. Putin must show if he is serious about peace. President Trump has been clear from the start that he wants to end the war now. The Ukrainian people deserve a just and lasting peace. Their security is our security. There cannot be true peace in Europe without real peace in Ukraine.
European leaders were hoping to come here to Kyiv armed with a 20th round of sanctions to slap on Moscow. That has not happened yet, though. That's been held up because of a spat between Ukraine and Hungary and Slovakia over the supply of Russian oil through Ukrainian territory. Artie?
Now, meanwhile, what's the latest on the ongoing war as it enters its fifth year?
Well, peace talks are continuing. It's been reported there could be another round in the coming days. Some progress has been made on potential US monitoring if a ceasefire was to come into effect. But huge issues remain on the political level. Major issues such as who takes control of that Donbas region in the east of Ukraine. Those security guarantees that you mentioned, that remains absolutely enormous. And just to give you a sense of just how far apart, how divisive the conflict remains, well, Moscow and the Foreign Ministry accusing the UK and France of potentially supplying a dirty bomb or nuclear weapons to Ukraine. They say that draws the ire and the risk of a nuclear confrontation. That has been dismissed out of hand by Downing Street in the UK, saying that's simply a diversion tactic by Moscow. Artie?
Thanks for this, William. That is journalist Will Denslow in Kyiv.